Like the video and subscribe right now, and Mundoggo will bless your day. I lost my period on a raw vegan diet. Freely the banana girl thinks periods are toxic, and stopping them is a sign of health. And as soon as I came into the lifestyle, like, within the first month, I lost my period. It was gone. And I was like, yes, get out of here. I don't want to see you ever again. Don't come back now, you hear? In elementary school I hit this kid cause he said I can't punch and I broke his nose, and then my stepdad picked me up, and the office was like, you have to say sorry, but then the kid was like, but she proved me wrong. She doesn't have to say sorry, ladies and gentlemen, my best friend of many years. This is violently beautiful. Dude got punched in the nose and still got friend zoned. Damn. Ohio cops are accused of dressing patrol horses as KKK, but sheriff argues they were meant to be ghosts covered in sheets with their holes cut out for their eyes. Porsche owner avoids jail for shooting homeless man who asked her to move car. Katie Quackenbush, 32, is pictured in a mugshot following her arrest in 2017 stemming from a shooting in Nashville. A Tennessee woman convicted of shooting a homeless man who asked her to move her Porsche in Nashville's iconic Music Row got off without any prison time and was sentenced instead to less than a year of probation. Horny 24-stone student, 30, pinned down online date and forced him to have Shreks, leaving him with love bites so bad it looked like he'd been strangled. Here's Shreks without consent court trial. It's so unfair. I gave birth in the back of a taxi. I was shocked when the cab firm sent me the cleanup bill. She delivered daughter Nadia herself in the Vauxhall Vivero, while the cabbie phoned ahead to alert staff at Stoke Mandeville Hospital. Days later, Farah, from High Wycombe, Bucks, was billed £90 by Arrow Taxes for a £30 fare plus the resulting cleanup. Farah, also mum to 15-month-old son Caro, said, I understand that I did make a mess, but it's a bit cheeky to have charged me. How far we've fallen. Solve. 6 divided by 2 times 1 plus 2. 1. 42%. 6. 10%. 9. 39%. Lol 69. 9%. This child was lost during the violent riots in Philadelphia, wandering around barefoot in an area that was experiencing complete lawlessness. The only thing this Philadelphia police officer cared about in that moment was protecting this child. We are not your enemy. We are thin blue line. And we are the only thing standing between order and anarchy. The city of Philadelphia will pay $2 million to a black woman who was pulled from a car, beaten by officers, and had her toddler used for social media fodder by the police union, officials say. Brags about standing for anthem, sits his ass on flag. At the dinner table, my sister asked all of us what color we thought her boyfriend's shirt looked like. After we all said grey, she turned to him and said, now tell them what color you think it is, and he just quietly replied, dark white. I was removed from Madame Tussauds Wax Museum for anti-Semitism, but Hitler is still there? Nothing makes sense anymore. If this happened to me, I would just find the nearest deepest ocean and drown myself. Morning Callum. Hope you feeling better. Can see you're logged in via remote access. Your screen here is visible, and we can all see you watching porn in between inquires. If you go to the top of the screen there is a menu bar, one of the icons will have a black screen option. If you click on this, it will blank out your office machine, so you can continue in private. Thanks, Gary. Pastor raped his 14-year-old daughter for 2 years, gets shorter jail time for being a man of God. The sentence for a crime of this nature is generally 72 years, but this soft sentence was because he was a man of God. Local idiot mistakes dental dye tablets for fentanyl. Warning. Be sure to check your kid's candy. I just found this in my daughter's Halloween candy. Based on a quick Google search, it looks very similar to fentanyl. I'm hoping that's not what it is, but we are taking it to the police to be safe. Rick Wiles thinks that meatless foods can alter human DNA in order to cause human beings to no longer be technically classified as humans, a plot that would make it impossible for them to be saved by Christ. Christian TV host, vegetarian hamburgers are a Luciferian plot to change human DNA. Government, you owe us money. It's called taxes. Me, how much do I owe? Government, you have to figure that out. Me, I just pay what I want. Government, oh, no, we know exactly how much you owe. But you have to guess that number too. Me, what if I get it wrong? Government, you go to prison. Iowa teens killed Spanish teacher over bad grade, prosecutors say. Former butcher who can't find an NHS dentist has been pulling his own teeth for 15 years. I'm having to pull my own teeth out when I should have somebody looking after me. A former butcher says he has been removing his own teeth for 15 years because he can't find an NHS dentist. David Sargent, 50, said there was nowhere that will take me. David told Leeds Live how he goes about his self-extractions, loosening the tooth over time before drinking some beer and taking painkillers. David, from Seacroft, Leeds, now has a near toothless smile. He has been left with multiple empty spaces where his teeth once were. The NHS, which says it has worked to allow practice to take more patients, has advised against such self-treatment, advising people to call 111 for help. David said, I've been pulling my own teeth out. I can't get NHS dentist for 10 or 15 years. I've tried referrals from the doctors and there's nowhere that will take me. Water, 1 kilometer. Water, 1 mile. Americans. But the Americans are right. A mile is less than a kilometer. 1 mile equals 1.6 kilometer. Humans are not mammals. Email from a 5th grade science teacher. Humans are not mammals. The science textbook tell us that we have all of the exact characteristics of a placentary mammal. There is no arguing about that. But as believers and followers of Christ, we have to rely on his word to tell us who we ate, not science. Here's what we found. Genesis 2:7. The Lord God formed the man from the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils and breath of life, and the man became a living being. Genesis 2:19. Now the Lord God had formed out of the ground all of the beasts of the field, all the birds of the air. He brought them to the man to see what he would name them, and whatever the man called each living creature, that was us name. Genesis 1:26. Then God said, let us make man in our image, in our likeness, and let them rule over the fish of the sea and the birds of the air, over the livestock, over all the earth, and over all the creatures that move along the ground. Psalm 139:14. I praise you, for I'm tearfully and wonderfully made. Humans and animals were doth termed from the dust of the ground, according to the Bible, but look at verse 26. We are made in his image, animals are not. In fact, humans are told we have dominion over animals, which means we are not the same as mammals. All of his creatures in creation glorify him and point to him as creator, but we are fearfully and wonderfully made to be in relationship with him and to worship him. LMAO, my school just got an esports club this year and they are playing Overwatch. Except, our parish school board won't unblock it. They approved the club, but not the game. Makes total sense. When I get DoorDash, I order 20 cheeseburgers at a time and eat them up throughout the week, so that I don't have to pay the delivery fee multiple times. I hope you understand how food poisoning works. I hope food poisoning understands how I work. I never met a burger I couldn't eat. After repeating 6 times that I want to cancel my Comcast Xfinity, I finally figured out how to get them to stop arguing and actually do what I asked repeatedly for them to do. Happy about the service, so that we can resolve this for you. I'm going to prison. Sorry to hear about that. Let me go ahead and process the cancellation for you. Drake makes music for people who follow billionaire Mindset accounts on here. You tweeted this at 5 in the morning. He certainly has a hold over you. I'm in the UK. 5 AM is 5 AM. Don't embarrass yourself any further. He still lives rent-free in your mind. The vicar just read my dad's name out on a list of people who have died in the parish this year. Not only is he alive, he was at the service. Please don't lick this psychedelic toad. National Park Service warns. Okay, so here are the numbers. Out of 8 pilots that I had to and from Mexico, 5 said Earth was flat, 1 made fun of me, 1 ran away, and 1 was going to look into it. Michael Jordan parents really named him after a shoe. What year was this heifer born in lol? After 2 months of talking, I told this guy yesterday that I wasn't ready for a relationship and he responded, "It's been great. Hope you have a good one." And then he blocked me. No effort, no pressure applied. I'm devastated. It's weird how often you see boomers do this. Stuff like this gets posted on social media all the time. Porn is free on the internet and you can browse it privately. It'll work a lot better than creepily taking pictures of cheerleaders in public. Or you can do it in public like he is. What else are they there for, if not to be looked at / watched? The more the left fires shots at me, the more powerful and alpha I become. Their hate-filled bullets of deceit reflect off my skin and into their beta narratives. Sleep for 8 hours. Work for 8 hours. That's only 14 hours out of 24. You still have 10 hours to cook amazing meals, work out, learn a language, and walk on the beach. Time is not the issue. There are 2 types of people in this world. 1. Those who can extrapolate from incomplete data. So 2 of my classmates just asked our professor if his shirt is missing a second part. A drunk girl at this party asked me, "So like what's your backstory?" I said scoliosis and she said, with complete sincerity, "That's crazy, I'm a Libra." Of course my standards are high. My dad has 2 other kids, but he only has my name tattooed. My mom only has 1 tattoo and it's my name. When I was 10 I wanted to go to Paris and we booked everything, but my mom forgot to confirm our flight, so we couldn't go, so my dad paid for the trip twice, just so I could see the Eiffel Tower. I wanted to live in the United States, so we moved here. My brother is in medical school, but my dad is more proud of me for speaking English. Not only am the password child, but the Wi-Fi name in our house is the Queen. Featured comment. Tinker Nerd. Memellion features my comment. Me, hey, cool. Memellion features my comment a second time. Me, wait, what? Memellion, I'll ducking do it again.